miss her so much, but we have an amazing guest co-host filling in for her. You know her as one of the judges on America's Got Talent, and of course, from the iconic Spice Girls, who are back on tour this summer. Everyone give it up to our girl, Mel B. Oh my goodness, sold out. I mean, we love having you here. Welcome back. How are you?
Oh, good. Well, thank you for having me. I love you, ladies.
Of course, our family.
They're great,
Family,
aren't
man, we miss you.
You are no stranger to the girl chat table, so I know you will keep it real, right?
Oh,
Always.
of course I will, yes.
All right. Well, first up, everyone knows that having friends with benefits, you know what that means, right? Friends with benefits. You know, you having sex with no strings attached.
Get your mind out of it.
Okay.
Keep going.
But what happens when the benefits run out? Can you ever go back to being just friends? Elite Daily recently tackled this question, and according to sexpert Jess O'Reilly, it is possible to remain friends if you can be sympathetic to any hurt feelings and help to create new memories with that person, since obviously the friendship would never be the same as it was before all the sex. So ladies, do you agree? Do you think that once you've done the deed, the friendship is done too?
I feel like when you say, and then the sex runs out, like what happens? His penis falls off? Like, what do you mean?
What they're saying is you stop. Y'all was doing the do and everything, but you weren't in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
And then somebody says, you know what? We just need to be friends now and not do sex. So can you actually still be friends?
I believe 100% this is possible, only if there are no feelings involved.
Right.
Both people have to genuinely feel like we're just friends and we're just having a good time. The moment one of those people in that relationship feels like, oh, I'm in love with you or I want to be in a relationship with you, it goes all bad. This is not good. But I think if the two people, like, I've done this before to some extent where, like, I just want to see what it would be like.
Yeah.
And then you find out
And how
what
did
it's
it
like.
end?
And then the two of you kind of just laugh it off of, like, that was cool to see what that was like.
And you really were able to go back and be friends.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah.
But surely
Absolutely.
you do have feelings towards each other if you're friends. You do care about each other to a certain extent.
But it's
I
not
haven't
the kind of
adjusted.
feelings that, like, makes you want to be with that person. It's more of like, I like hanging out with you and I'm sexually attracted to you, so I want to see what's going on in them jeans.
I think you have to add a little to it. I think you can be friends if you both are mature enough to have a healthy friendship afterwards. Does that make sense? Like, you have to be mature enough to want the most for the other person, want to see them date other people, want to be genuine when you're chilling and you actually want to just be friends. I don't think that if someone's immature, caught up in their feelings, can continue being friends when they're not mature. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that
I'd
makes
say it takes
absolute
a certain
sense.
kind of maturity to be able to do something like
Yes.
this. But I think it doesn't have to be that deep at all. That sounds really weird talking about this. It doesn't have to, the feelings don't have to be like, I like you so, like there are genuinely people that you just would be interested to see what it would be like to have sex with them. And then you do, and then you keep it pushing in life.
But I don't think that's really friends with benefits. That's
No,
just you
it's not.
just being lustful and you did it, right?
What is friends with benefits? That's lust. It's
somebody
based
that
on
you
lust,
know.
not love.
Yeah.
For a
Yeah.
while,
Okay.
they're your friend.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
for example, I'm sure you ladies can think about a friend that you could, if you wanted to, let it go there. And just to see if you, I know you don't want to, but let's just say if you pick somebody to have sex with, I don't see it feasible that they would actually want to just be friends. Because I think most men, I think that, oh, I'm going out there to say this, but I think most men would be hopeful if you had sex with them for it to go into more.
I completely disagree.
I think that you would mess with their feelings if I pulled back. At least my friends, shoot, I'm a hot ticket over here.
No,
My friends would.
I feel like all my girlfriends are the ones that would want the relationship, and I feel like guys do not want a committed relationship. I feel the opposite.
That's my problem with friends with benefits and having casual sex, because sometimes when you do that, you know, in that relationship, somebody want to have a real relationship. And, you know, sometimes, especially with women, we'll say, well, let him try it. Let him test the waters, you know, because I really like him, but he doesn't want a relationship. And so we feel like, well, we can coax him into that if we have sex with him. And that is when hurt feelings get in, and we shouldn't do that. If you want a relationship, and I've been saying this, you want a relationship, don't have sex with him if he's telling you, I don't want a relationship. You have to try to have a friendship, let him get to know you, then you have sex, because all you're going to do is hurt your feelings. And I just think that that's the problem with friends with benefits. Someone gets in a relationship and they're thinking more about, you know, the relationship
Yeah, because they're dumb. Like, that seems really obvious. Like, if you want a relationship, don't go having casual sex with people and expecting more to come
But I'm
of it.
saying, but sometimes they think, well, if I do it, they'll like me more. You know what I'm saying?
When has that ever worked out for anyone?
But that's what some people
Yeah.
feel. That's how they feel.
That's a major issue, though. It's not that easy. I know it sounds logical to not get involved with somebody sexually if you don't want it to pursue into something more, but it's not that easy. We've all committed that mistake somewhere, right? Am I the only hoe out here? No, I'm just kidding.
No,
but I
no,
think
you're
it
not alone.
I have girlfriends that literally will say they genuinely don't want to be in relationships right now. And I have guy friends that are like, I don't want to be in a relationship either, but this works out.
So are they friends?
With benefits?
They absolutely are friends with benefits.
When they hang friends without the benefit.
For sure. Like, they just don't care.
But
like,
what happens if they've already had a taste of the benefit and they want to go back to being friends? Does it work that way?
Yeah, that's how it
The
goes.
reverse?
Well, that's what they're
Yeah.
saying. But for me, once I'm done with you, I'm done. All right? I don't want to be your friend.
I had a girlfriend who had a beneficial friend, and she kind of would call him up if she was hanging out with us girls and late at night.
That's
she
not
wanted
a
to get her.
booty call.
That was her benefit. Her benefit was the booty.
But
And so she would call him out, and he'd be like, absolutely, come over, come kick it. He would get his fix, she would get hers. Now she had to end it because she actually ended up finding a guy that she did want the relationship with.
Right.
So
And
she
how'd
had
that
to
go?
sit him down and say, we can't do this no more because, like, I actually found a dude that I want to make my boyfriend.
Right.
And he was mad cool. He was like, again, they were not exclusive, so I'm sure that he was having sex with other women as well. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm
It
not
was
saying
mad
you can't
chill.
I think you have to be with somebody else if you're going to be with somebody
I was
like
just
that.
going to add that. So I think that's a disclaimer, too. For example, an ex of mine a long time... No, I'm sorry, not an ex. I have a friend from way back in the day. We loved doing a thing. It was fun. Like, we hooked up.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed it. But then I wasn't attracted to him, but I saw him getting caught up in his feelings. So I stopped right away. I was like, we shouldn't continue this. I don't want to, keep doing it. So... And it sucked because it was real good. But it's okay. So I got away from it, and he was not okay with it. He was hurt, and I lost a friend for a few years, like maybe 5 or 6 years. But then he moved on. He found somebody he liked. I moved on. We spaced enough, and then kind of just naturally came back together because we have mutual friends. Today, we're cool. I love his new wife now. I went to his wedding, and I celebrated it, and it was awesome. And we're
But it
best
took
friends
some
again.
the wife know that he had done it to
I
you?
was going to ask that.
We don't need to go there about that part. We just keep something
See,
to
that would
ourselves.
piss me off.
That
Would that piss you off?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, I would want to know. Like, I'd be like, tell me which girls you've had sex with, because I would want to know. And it's
No
not about that
secrets.
I would want to know because I wouldn't want her around. I wouldn't care in that level. I just hate the idea of a woman thinking she has one up on me.
you.
I would
Yeah.
look straight at her and be like, girl, chill out. I know, you good.
Yeah,
No
that's
big
true.
deal.
That's true.
That's where I would see that.
Yeah.
Well, ending things with someone is complicated enough without having to see them all over your IG feed. In fact, Mashable recently wrote an article about how to move on after a breakup in today's digital world. For example, once you break it off, you now have to decide whether or not to cleanse your social media of all your ex's pics. And then you have to decide if you should keep your old text convos in case you ever want to go back and reminisce on those old good days. So, ladies, when it comes to your digital X files, are you a keeper or a sweeper?
Sweeper.
Oh, I heard sweeper. Everybody.
Are you a sweeper?
Yeah, I'm a sweeper. I think you've got to clear everything out, to cleanse your brain, your mind, your body, your soul. Once you're done, you're done. I mean, what's the point in looking back and reminiscing and getting angry or emotional? Once you've finished it, just finish it.
So are you saying that you actually go back? I'm with your
But I go back and I would erase.
And you will
I
erase.
have done,
How
yeah.
far back will you go to delete?
10 years back.
I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah.
It depends on if he did me wrong. Like, if he did me wrong, I'm totally, a sweeper. But
Yeah.
if it was, we just broke up and it just didn't work out, I'd keep a couple of pictures around. I don't care.
I would keep the pictures around if it was amicable. I would absolutely keep them until I have somebody new. And then at that point, I think it's disrespectful to still have pictures up with that person like, I love you, and like there's somebody new in the picture. I think that's disrespectful. I want to ask you, Mel, where it comes to family, and let's say there's photos of your baby and the person, do you remove that?
No, I mean, there's certain pictures that you do keep.
Oh, not me.
That's
I'm gonna
if you
keep
can't
that too.
put around them. then you don't keep it.
No, I would sweep that too, because I would try to tell my kid, obviously I'm not a parent now, but I feel like the depth and love of a parent is so much deeper than Instagram. Like,
yeah,
I've got pictures of you all over. I spend my days with you. I don't need a picture of you on Instagram with my ex.
I feel some kind of way about that. If I was good to your kid and then you gonna just X me out, I'd be in my feelings.
Really?
See,
You wasn't acting like that when it was Christmas and I was giving gifts, but...
It's true, it's true.
Giving, past tense, you better still give the gifts.
I think it's just so much effort to go. I understand that you could do it, but for example, for me, like, I don't delete anybody in my past. If you go back through my feed, you see everybody that I've been with, and because it is a part of my life, and I own that decision was a part of my life.
Are you gonna forget if you delete it?
Am I gonna forget?
Yeah. Are you gonna forget that person was a part of your life if you delete the photos?
No, I just don't want. I'm too busy today doing things that I care about than to do what I don't care about.
Right.
So when I look at my ex, and my ex takes the time to go ahead and delete all that about me, I just think in my head, I go, wow. I got that much of a hold on your heart that it took you that much time to go back in your feed and delete all my pretty face pictures. Like, that's a lot of time. And it actually makes me, in the words of CNC Music Factory, I got the power. You know what I mean?
I actually enjoy deleting mine, though.
Yeah, you gotta fix off of it.
Yeah, of course
I understand. It can be cleansing. I
It's
get
like
that
purging.
too.
You purge the person. You're just like, I'm done with this. I think that's healthy. Again, I wouldn't do it unless I had moved on and was with another person.
Right.
Because I think that's like low-key disrespectful. Like, question, the day, let's just say you remarry.
Yeah.
I know that's not on your mind right now.
Yeah.
Would you then do that?
Hell no.
You wouldn't?
No, absolutely not. But you know I don't have a jealous bone in my body. So I wouldn't be with somebody who was jealous.
But it's not about jealous. It's like if you're swapping spit with the person and you're kissing.
It's not like that human being would not know I was with somebody or married
But how would you
for 10
feel
years.
if
Like,
your
of course you
partner
picture it.
had things up of their exes?
Not up. Like, not up. I'm talking about, like, social media feed. And, like, pictures around. No, they're packed only because my life has moved on. I got new chapters ahead, new stories to write.
But it's
so I don't have
So you
that.
don't mind it on social media, but it's not in your face around the house if you're with somebody new?
No, I wouldn't keep pictures up around the house. But I also wouldn't go back and delete pictures because that to me, you know what I mean? Like, like photo
I like
albums.
people like you because, see, I can go back when I meet somebody, I could be going through their past. I be like going all through the years, looking up their pictures and stuff. That's the only reason why sometimes I delete.
Like, let's say, like, years from now, let's say you have 5 boyfriends in the next. That's a lot of boyfriends. Let's say you have 3 boyfriends in the next 5 years.
It's not. Yeah,
Is it? Okay.
No, 5 boyfriends. It's not a lot.
Let's say you have 3 boyfriends in the next 5 years. And, like, now they can, like, all see all. You're going to keep all of them up?
Yes, but I talk about that.
It's a roster, just.
But are you embarrassed about that?
Some of them, yes, I am.
But see, I'm not embarrassed with who I dated or married. It's a part of my past. And if you don't love me for what I've been through to get to where I am now, we shouldn't be together, boo.
That's why
I agree with that in theory. I 100% agree with that in theory. What I'm saying is, just because you know it, why do you have to display it for the world to see it?
It's not a display, girl. Like, Instagram is, like, as of right now, you can't go back and see.
Instagram is you show people what you want them to see about your life.
But as well, in this day and age, you can just Google somebody and see all their past anywhere.
There.
Whether it's up on their feed or not.
No matter what I do, that tramp stamp is still chilling behind me on my back right now, and it's gonna be there when you turn me around. So just like my past, enjoy it, know where I am now, and just be there with me.